Hi guys, today we're going to cover the 4 golden rules of fat loss and how to maintain fat loss in a sustainable manner over time. Okay, rule number 1 is so simple but so effective, is when you're hungry, eat. Okay? So why would anyone eat if they're not hungry? Well, the fact is that a lot of people make this habit and become so desensitized to the signals their body telling them they've got to pay attention. So real physical hunger is different to emotional hunger, which we'll cover a bit later. But real physical hunger comes on gradually over time. It's kind of a deep feeling and you'll feel it kind of gradually come on. Whereas emotional hunger comes on suddenly, usually when we're stressed or upset. So the problem being is when you don't eat when you're hungry, a lot of the time you end up starving yourself or you end up binge onto things. So if you go the whole day without eating, like most diets make you do, they make you starve yourself, which is really effective in the short run because you drop a lot of fat mass and muscle mass at the same time. However, the only problem with that is you dropped your muscle mass, so now your metabolism's slower. And as soon as you start eating again, you've got less muscle mass and tone, so your metabolism's slower, but you gain more body fat. And now you're stuck in a position where now you're fatter with less muscle mass, so it's even harder to shift the body fat. It's really annoying. Problem number 2 is when you don't eat when you're hungry. So when you starve yourself, like I said, the base of most diets, you starve yourself, is that you'll be craving things. You have the biggest cravings, especially when you are really hungry. You just grab whatever you want. You'll chocolate bars, crisps, quick, easy, fatty, sugary foods. Again, that will help you pack on the pounds. Okay, so when you're hungry, eat. Okay, rule number 2 is eat what you want. You're gonna love this one. Okay? So I don't mean just munch chocolate bars and donuts and crisps all day, every day. I'm talking about moderation with things. Okay? So I've given you a food plan for a reason. Stick to that most of the time. But if you generally are craving a chocolate bar or donut, then allow yourself to enjoy it. But again, in moderation. See, when you deprive yourself of certain foods, usually because you're told they're bad because of diets or fads on Instagram or Facebook, you name it, you naturally upset the relationship between you and that food and you instantly crave it more and more and more and more. Okay, which usually end up in you binging. So if I say no chocolate, no nothing, then you instantly want it more and you're like, oh, I've gone 3 days without chocolate, where usually you may not even have that often. But because you've built up this kind of trying to take it away in this relationship with it, then it makes it a lot harder. So when you start listening to the natural wisdom of your body and actually listening to it when it says, yeah, I actually genuinely need that, then allow yourself to do so, okay? And don't feel the guilt and the tension associated with it. So the problem with guilt with eating, it goes around and spirals in a nasty negative circle. So you might have a donut and be like, oh, I feel bad about that, oh screw it, what's the point, have another one, then try and get back on the diet plan the next day. But I'm saying, stick to that plan. Most of the time, if you really need the food and you listen to your body and your body says, hey, you know what, I feel like having that and it's okay for you to have that, then allow yourself to have that one in moderation. And it's not going to impede you too much, okay? For you to maintain sustainable results, you need to have a good relationship with exercise, a good relationship with nutrition. Okay, if you don't have that, then it's very hard to stick to. Okay, so I'm saying if you do get a little craving and ask your body if you need things and it says yes, so donuts or whatever it might be, then allow yourself to do so. Okay, you ever look at skinny people? You might have a skinny friend, they do this, they will have chocolate bars, crisps. But a lot of the time they won't have this all the time. They have it in moderation, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So, rule number 2 is eat what you want, but talk about moderation. So stick to the food plan as much as you can, but if you do get the cravings for chocolate bar, donuts, crisps, any of those kind of foods, then ask yourself why you love them, and then a lot of the time your body will say, yeah, I don't need it, or yeah, it's alright for me to have that, okay? But have it in moderation. Aim of the game is that moderation. Rule number 3 is eat consciously. This ties in really nicely with rules 1 and 2. So, eat consciously and enjoy every single mouthful of the food that you're having. Okay, people that are overweight usually shovel food into their mouths very quickly and eat very fast. usually because they're getting highs off the happy chemicals released from the food. But they also do this very, very quickly. So again, they're getting flooded with happy chemicals, their stomach's getting bigger, the pounds are packing on, and then they feel guilty, how they feel fat and unhappy with how they've just eaten and how they behaved, and they repeat the whole cycle in a negative manner. Okay? So the problem of eating fast or unconsciously, where you just kind of eat, is that the hormone leptin, that's the one that tells your brain it's full, usually takes about 15 minutes to act on the brain and tell yourself it's full. So I want you again to listen to your body. So I want you to eat a bit slower. Okay? This involves a few steps which we'll talk about in a second. Okay? So firstly, just eat slower. Okay? Eat slowly. Okay? This will allow, again, your body to listen to the hormone leptin when it acts on your brain, tell you you're full. Okay, and you won't keep shoving food in your mouth, getting high off the happy chemicals, and expand your stomach and pack on the pounds. So I said this rule ties in very nicely with rules 1 and 2. So I said eat what you want. In this instance, okay, eat consciously with whatever you want. So if you do get something like chocolate bar, I want you to eat slowly, but I want you to enjoy every single mouthful. Taste the textures, the feel of the food, and chew it at least 20 times. Okay, this will ensure, again, you eat really slowly, but you're going to really enjoy every single mouthful of the food you eat. Like I said, again, it's about creating a good relationship with your food and exercise, especially in this instance with food. So you probably at the moment got a not so good relationship with food, so we're trying to change that. So eat consciously, eat slowly, try 20 bites. Every single mouthful to ensure you taste it. After every mouthful, I want you to put your knife and fork down as well, okay? Again, this will ensure you're not just putting food in your mouth. Again, each mouthful, knife fork down, chew the food, enjoy the food. Really embrace all the textures, flavours that you get from the food. Okay, if all you did for the next kind of 2-3 weeks is just follow rules number 1, 2 and 3, you'll make some big shifts, especially the way you listen to your body and even in fat loss. So, with this, just eat consciously, eat slowly, and if you can, try and leave a little bit of food on your plate. If you ever look at skinny people, they'll usually leave a bit of food on the plate. So, a lot of us, when we talk from a young age, finish your plate, lick it clean. Literally just nothing left on your plate by our parents. However, we're not in a situation where we're starving or we're in war. Okay, so just leave a little bit of food, leave a kind of a mouthful, okay? This will also, again, eat slowly and you'll really feel when you're full. Have a better relationship with food. Right, rule number 4. Number 4, really, again, simple but highly effective. When you're full, stop eating. Okay, it sounds a bit crazy, but a lot of the time, people don't actually know when they're full. They spend too much time quickly eating, they override the hormone response on the brain to tell them when they're full. So, when you, like I said, use rule number 3, eat consciously and slowly, you'll start feeling full again. You'll be a feeling like, oh, the point where you're full usually is you'll be able to have a kind of feeling, and each subsequent bite you have will feel less and less and less enjoyable. So the first kind of few days, really eat slowly, do rules number 1, 2 and 3, but eat a little bit slower, okay, and give your hormones a bit of time to react on the brain and tell you're full. If you can't get this point, it's okay to guess the first few days, okay, and then you'll be able to find that point, okay, and when you are full, stop eating. I guarantee this will chop the calories down quite a lot, which will mean again more fat loss and a better body.